Well guys, it's November the 1st, and let me tell you, this year has been an unbelievable year for encounters, but not quite so great for killing. Whitney had an encounter with an awesome deer we called Bruce back in September. We just haven't been able to get back on him since, and weren't able to kill him that night. My buddy Ryan, I filmed him. We seen an absolute monster in Kansas, giant 10-pointer. And then I actually have had 2 encounters with the deer we call Longhorn in the last 2 days, the last 2 evenings. And just actually came to full draw on him 2 nights ago and just couldn't make it happen. But I'm going to stick with him. I really think I can get on that deer. But this week I wanted to show you those 2 encounters, last night's encounter and the encounter from 2 nights ago of Longhorn. Alright guys, it is the 30th of October. Whitney and I just got up in the stand. I'm in one of my favorite spots ever. This patch of timber here is where I killed my very first deer ever when I was 6 years old. And it's on my home farm here and our lease that all kind of goes together. I don't know if you remember when I hunted the deer we called Touchdown, but I had a place we called the Touchdown Stand, and it's not too far from here, and I actually killed him a little bit farther to the north here on the Nebraska side. We're about 150 yards into Kansas, and we're after Longhorn tonight. He's been traveling through this area, crossing the river. We've been getting pictures of him right after dark on a go cam on the other side of the river over here on some scrapes. And not in the last couple days, but I know he's still been, this is where he's traveling. He's got a rub line, scrape line through here like crazy. On the way in, we haven't come in this way yet in the daylight. There's 2 brand new scrapes on the other side of the river that are just ripped all up bad. Got one big one right down here in front, a couple over here, one back here. We're surrounded by awesome buck sign. We've seen a doe coming in, just kind of walking through right as I put my foot on the hawk steps to come up. We've seen a small 115 to 20 inch 8-pointer got up from his bed and just kind of milled around right here. We had to stay on the ground for a while. So they're in here. We're on the edge of a bedding area. We're on the downwind side of a bedding area right now. Really hoping Longhorn comes right through here and works this sign going out to the big ag fields. Maybe he's with a doe, I don't know. We've definitely seen some bucks with does, but it should be a good night. I'm excited. guys, it is Halloween, and Whitney and I are back at it. And first of all, I've got to say thank you to my wife, Whitney, for sticking it out with me this year. She has been filming me quite a bit, and I know that there's some deer that she'd like to go after. She actually did have an encounter with a really awesome deer back in September on one of our Kansas farms that we named Bruce. And we just haven't been able to get back on him. He just hasn't been showing up on the trail cameras, so she's been sticking it out with me, and I can't thank her enough because she knows how much it would mean to me to kill Longhorn. And we finally had an encounter with him last night, and I almost killed him. I came to full draw, but he ran through my shooting lane, and it just didn't work out. But we're back after it tonight. We're after him. We're in the same patch of timber, but a different place. The wind's blowing in the wrong direction, so we couldn't get back in the same stand. It's really cold today. It's in the 20s. It was actually flurrying snow earlier today. It's been a crazy night already. I forgot the base, not the base, but the shoulder for the 4th arrow arm. My mom had to bring it to me. I've been up and down the stand a few different times. We just did have some does slip in through us, coming out to this green cover seed plot that I put in. If you want to consider it a plot, Whitney and I both threw out a bunch of triticale out there, and it is pretty green, but they've got it ate down quite a bit. But there's been a lot of deer coming out to this field. Other than that, we've got harvested beans and then some corn way far back. It's kind of a destination field. So it's cold, it's Halloween, the rut is getting here. Longhorn was chasing does last night. Could be a really good night. I've got high hopes. My mom said I'm gonna shoot a giant tonight, so hopefully Mama Shelly's right.